went to my craft show today. It is located at a local Walmart. I know the event is to try to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. Basically, the payment that I made for my spot is a donation to the Children's Miracle Network. And I do believe that we'll have a jar at each booth, I would assume, for people to place a donation for that if they wanted to. I don't exactly have all that I wanted to make for this show, but I also still have plenty of products, so I don't feel like I need to stress over how much I have. But I did get some new items done at least, so that is some progress. And also, when I think about it, I noticed that I reached 1,000 subscribers. I am absolutely shocked, and thank you to everyone who has subscribed and followed me for however long you have been around. I hope you enjoyed today's video, since I obviously did not record anything, and I'm just now going to a market and not even showing what I've done in the past like 3 weeks. But I will try to record as much as I can when I get there. But I also forgot my tripod, so probably won't be able to record as much as I possibly could. But hopefully everything turns out. I don't know what the traffic is going to look like or anything. So I know last year it was pouring rain. I still did pretty good, but it was people that I knew that came to that show that wanted something that I made. So I was basically guaranteed to sell stuff because of people that I am friends with or work with. Anyways, I will see you guys when I get there and I start setting up, because we should be getting off the highway here soon. An hour and a half has passed by, and I have made a few sales. I sold a cheeky frog, a cheeky turtle, one of my swinging buddies, and one of my KitchenAid bowl covers. So hopefully there will be more sales soon. So definitely made quite a few more sales. I didn't even keep track of what I sold, but I have Grandpa with me over here.
Hey, how you doing?
And it is very windy, so my canopy walls are just kind of whooshing, but at least it's saving my items from the wind. So I will not complain about anything. Alright, I am back home. And overall, my experience was pretty good for the most part, except at the very beginning, I was kind of stressed out a little bit because when we were trying to set up, the placements were not right. We ended up moving me to a different spot because of how crammed we were in the corner. Luckily, there was a spare space just across, so we just moved my canopy over to get that spot. But overall, I made a profit of $297.61. For the breakdown of that, it was $177 in cash, and then $98.61 in my Square system, and then $22 from my Cash App. So not too bad. That's the best I've done this year. And not only that, the traffic wasn't as much as I thought it would be, because I did go inside the store and there was a lot of people. I mean, it was crowded. So I thought maybe it might get busy, which I did have a couple little rushes here and there. But it was kind of the same as my last craft show, where people would pass by. And yeah, it was a little discouraging, but those rushes that I did get really encouraged me because I knew at one point that I definitely made my money back. My booth fee was $30. I don't really count that out necessarily when it's that little, I should say. If it was like a bigger show where I'm paying $50 and up, that's when I really add the cost in of what I really made, because that is a big chunk of money to be taken out from what I need to make in order to make a true profit. But anyways, some of the things that I sold, I would say, because I did not go through how much I sold of each item. I just know that I sold at least 2 of my cheeky frogs, a cheeky turtle. My best seller was my loaf cats, which I call them chunky cats. I priced my chunky cats at $20, and they seem to sell very well at that price range. Another thing I should point out, there was other crocheters, and I could tell, like, because it's technically an event for the Children's Miracle Network, it almost seemed like that they weren't limiting too much on who brought what kind of items. I do get it that, like, some people do more than just one craft. Like me, I did crocheting and sewed items, and I would understand if, like, I was told, hey, you know, we already have somebody doing crocheted items, but you can bring your sewn items, you know, things like that. But I know for a fact that they just kind of were trying to get as many vendors as possible, so they just kind of accepted whoever would pay and be there. And there was at least 2 other crochet vendors there, and there was only 16 of us all together. So competition is competition. I didn't complain at all. I just knew that my crochet category possibly wouldn't do well, which it ended up doing still pretty well. And my sewn items didn't do too bad either. I sold one of my extra large hot pads, or casserole hot pad, whichever way you want to consider it. I did sell a couple of my bowl cozies. Trying to think of what else I had that sold, because there was a good variety of items that I had that sold at least one of. I did sell 2 of my chicken saddles, and I feel like there was another item that sold, but I can't really think of it on the top of my head. But overall, awesome. I loved it, and I hope that my clips that I took earlier really showed, like, the progress a little bit on how it turned out. Which, by the way, my canopy did flip over from the wind, so we had to adjust the weights to the front, and I was still scared that I was going to flip over again, so I was kind of standing near the front where it would blow in, just in case, so that way if I need to, I could grab it before it would blow back again. And then my neighbor to the left of me, I was actually in there because they had earrings, which, by the way, I have my earrings with me, because I was about to buy a couple. I got these 2 earrings. Aren't these so cute? But as I'm looking through the earrings, trying to decide on what I wanted, I see their canopy start to lift as the wind's blowing, and I'm right there. So I immediately grab the pole, yank it down, and so, yay. And also, they were the same neighbors that helped me put my canopy back up too, so naturally, I'm going to be helpful in any way possible in that kind of situation. I'd hope anybody would help prevent a canopy from flying back. But anyways, I don't remember if I mentioned earlier in this video, I am sorry that I'm rambling on so much. I reached 1,000 subscribers. I am, like, absolutely shocked that I've reached 1,000 subscribers. And I don't even know how. I know I don't really post that much or anything, and I don't really do that well on, like, doing little clips on me sewing or crocheting. I mean, my room is a complete disaster right now. Like, my fabric is no longer organized like it was before. I got like a pile going on over here. Obviously, this is my bed. Like, I got laundry to do. I have yarn to put back on the shelf because it's just in a bag for me traveling with my yarn and crocheting as I'm traveling. That sort of thing. But I don't really have much else for this video. My next show isn't until August 2nd, so I have plenty of time to update on inventory, which I'm gonna have to make more Chunky Cats since I sold quite a few of my Chunky Cats today. And then mini cows, probably the green cheeky frogs. I noticed that like I don't think it would be lime green, not lime green, maybe. But not like the mint green, just regular lightish green color is the one that sells the most. So I just have a bunch of the mint green color ones. I think I have like 3 left of those, but immediately the green ones sell. So that tells me I should probably make more of those. And then Cheeky Turtles, same thing. Kind of need to make more of those. Although, one thing I noticed, because I do make it to where people can choose the color shell that the turtles can wear, and people will pick up the shells and they don't understand what it's for. So I definitely need to find a way to set it up to where people can understand, like, oh hey, pick a shell, even though I have on the sign that says Cheeky Turtles includes 1 shell, and then if they want another shell, it's an additional $5. But anyways, I don't want to keep you guys too long. I know this video probably isn't going to be very long in the first place. But thank you for watching, and no guarantees. Hopefully I'll update you guys as I'm building up my inventory till the next show, because there is a lot of things that I want to do that's new. Especially since we're getting closer to the fall season by that time. And pretty much starting August, I'm going to have a show every month all the way through November. And then after November, probably not going to have any shows till springtime. But you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys later.